jump into it, shall we?
Hey, something back there for you, pal.
Another weapon.
Yeah, it's a little bit hack and slashy.
My blade.
Oh, change of plan.
To re-familiarize ourselves with Alright, let's try it, huh? How's Hellblade last night? Hellblade was really good.
Okay.
Like, probably one of the best, storytelling games I've ever played. Like, it definitely feels like you're watching a story as you go. Yep, yeah, it's our second session with Hades. We previously got to the second boss.
What's going through your head? I mean, I know you hear me and the others, but it's so damn dark down there, I can't hear you at all.
Your attacks inflict hangover. Your dash causes hangover. Effect can stack up to 4 times. If it can stack, putting it on our normal attack sounds good.
Easy.
Hangover is basically poison. What a weird name for it. Dionysus is the god of wine, that's why it's called Hangover. Alright. Have I beat this yet? I have not. We got to the second boss last time we tried. And I mostly don't play games when I'm not streaming these days. Took you 20 tries. I mean, we probably did half that many at least last time. We do any Prime Day deals? I did not. I completely forgot it was a thing until my buddy who works in the Amazon warehouse was like, we shipped out 400,000 things yesterday. We've done 7 runs. Okay. The runs theoretically get easier the more you've played, right? Because you pick up more bonuses and stuff the more you go through.
I can use
The further you get in. Yeah, the minor bonuses make big differences. Yeah, like eventually you get to have extra. Eventually you can like recover from having died 2 and 3 times instead of just once. The bonuses you get also slowly get better, right? Yeah, there's definitely a player skill factor that goes into it too, but like you actual just like even if your player skill's the same, the actual runs just become easier the further in you get, right? As you unlock more shadow stuff and things like that. You can also upgrade weapons. Okay. Yeah, with Titan's Blood or whatever it's called, right? First time stepping on a trap. It's not bad so far today. Yeah. There's a difficulty modifier for the end game. Okay. That makes sense. I'm mostly just picking whatever weapon has the glowing stuff on it at this point. Each run through, if we can.
Numbskulls.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Come try me.
Hey, what's going on, Isabus? Thank you for the tier 2 resub. I really appreciate the 30 months with that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Your attack deals 200%, striking foes from behind. Your dash strike deals 20% more. Your attack fires a wave, piercing foes dealing 30 damage. I don't dash attack that often. So, like, the way I tend to play the game kind of dictates which of these tend to be better. Like, piercing wave sounds good. I'm mostly just spamming my primary attack.
Should work.
Yeah, like look at that. That sounds great. Look at that. Now I have get a little bit of range on it. Sounds lovely. I don't have that much gold. This is the merchant, right? So we'll go this way.
Tortured souls trapped in a crystal thing.
Oh, the purple cauldron's a shop, right?
Dionysus cannot help you near as much as I, my hellborn kin. Compare the gift he gave to what I offer you.
Yeah, but I also get more bonuses if I go through here, right? Yeah, spear was the weapon that was worked the easiest for me so far. Your cast, your dash creates a blade rift when you start. Excellent. Excellent. Thing in here I'm missing. I walked past a purple thing earlier. got half life. That's not too terrible. Hopefully find a place to heal. The fact that my dashes get to kill people with this build sounds great. Oh, into the spike trap. Just trying to avoid that. Yeah.
Darkness.
That could be good doors. I mean, we farmed a ton of darkness so far, which seems relatively successful. Lebanese, thank you for the quarter of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. These are... So this will give me my choice of 2 different gods. And this is just one. Mafia, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate it. You get both gods. It gives you both, but there's with a hard fight in between. Let's try that. It's early. If this run falls apart, it falls apart.
The gods want me to choose.
Who's the easier one to fight? Am I gonna do any Rune Terra on my own before tonight? No, probably not. I'll load it up and I'll craft cards and build decks, but I probably won't play games. The reason why I'm not live during the day is because I have children. I basically do all my game playing on stream. Red is the easier fight, so pick purple first. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I dig it, man.
Your cast, lobs, explosive bursts, and festive fog. If your heart is low after an encounter, restore it to the threshold. Gain heart. That's gain max life. That seems really good, huh? Will I pick up more nectar in places? Nectar's a reward. I'm not going to use cast.
You reject my generous offering of aid. You must not know me very well. Death shall come.
Apologies, Lord Ares.
Ah, spike traps! Oh, those things are shooting me. Got it. I missed that he had dark circles on the ground. Well.
It is not often I attempt to kill someone and they survive. Bravo. Our score is settled up for now, so let us carry on as friends.
After you take damage, inflict doom on those around you. Ideally, I probably just shouldn't be taking damage, right? So I think I'm gonna just upgrade my damage. Should be using cast. I mean, what's the cast? The cast does that. All it does is shoot directly forward. I also only have... Someone said eventually you get more of these things. I also only have a single cast. Aiming it also isn't super straightforward. It's slow. Ah!
Wretches. Who dies next?
find an area to heal. We're at 21 already.
Mine now.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Why not?
Why, hello, Faust. Odd that we're running into one another here, among the wares of my professional assist.
You attack faster. That sounds great. I get to do my range a little bit better.
Fine day to you as well there, mate. Now let's have a look. Hey there, Meg.
Tell me something, Zag, because I'm curious. Do your Olympian relatives know the real reason you've been trying to escape?
I'll get around to that in due time. Their family. They'll understand, no doubt.
You're in over your head, you idiot. You'll fray what bonds are left between Lord Hades and those ingrates on Olympus.
I like just getting to dash around here and get some damage in.
Stand still for me. Damn you.
Hey, we beat her without burning our second life, so that's great. We're at 9, but
Blood of the Titans.
we get to heal in the next room a little bit usually, right?
Got to keep going.
That's not done. Did I see April's tweet?
Maybe I should
Not sure
switch.
which one. Gold spiked collar. Sometimes you can buy a heal in here too, right? Slain foes have a 15% chance to drop heal items. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, about cosmetics. Yeah. Yeah, I responded to that one. I think I like all my boons. Move along.
That's enough Tartarus. Got it. Hot up here.
We should give nectar to gods that we like. Okay. Do I keep nectar across runs or no? Yes. Okay. It's only coins that I don't keep. Always end up stepping in the fire in this area. So bad.
Oof, what happened getting here, boss? Let me guess, you got whipped.
Whenever you are hit, have a chance to dodge automatically. You can dash more times in a row. Bonus, wait, +3? That seems absurd with our... You can drop a bunch of things.
Bring it.
Although dashing more times in this area doesn't really seem that useful, because even with 2 dashes, I'm dying in the stupid magma. Yeah, like I already used my extra life, so we're probably not going to do much on this run. Probably can't get through the boss without the extra lives. Die real soon.
Rewarded. Good enough to eat. Easy does it.
Don't stop dashing in the lava. Maybe. The problem is there's so much going on the screen, especially with like their attacks and my attacks. It's hard to see where I've ended up at sometimes. I don't know. I'm still undecided if I actually like this game. The story's kind of neat, but the combat is a little bit. I really care for Diablo style. Like, this game's very Diablo-esque in that it's super hack and slash. And I don't know that I'm a huge fan of it.
A palm of power. Delicious.
I think we just keep upgrading the blade rifts, huh? There's a god mode where you could just play the story. Maybe we'll do that for the next run.
Fancy running into you again. There goes the power couple.
Hey, I once heard Lord Hades has in his employ the greatest hero of the Trojan War. You happen to know anything about that? I'm kind of a fan.
Any damage you deal has a chance to become critical and deal 200% more damage. Your special is stronger and has a 20% chance of dealing critical.
The might of the Huntress. Gotta focus. Hi there.
It could be that I'm just old and dumb too, but like, I don't feel like the combat does a great job of like teaching me how to get better at it as we go to. Like usually, like a lot of the games that we do combat in, like I feel like there's pretty clear level up moments. These are things I'm supposed to be doing to get better at it. And this game just feels very button mashy. Which way is by healing? Is that, oh, is there a, there's a purple thing, got it.
What's in the pool this time? Yum. What do I get?
Yeah, muscle memory is a good phrase for it. Yeah, muscle memory is a good word for it.
What? Singing.
Like Hellblade, for example, last night, I feel like that's a good example of a game that I prefer the combat to. It feels like it's more elegant.
Come on in.
Okay.
Hey, you must be the Hades kid. How's it going then, Your Royal Majesty? Nice to meet you. I'm Eurydice. What brings a big, important guy like you up to a place like this?
Hi there. No need for formalities, I'm Zagreus. Just heading out on some official business, past the menacing bone hydra. Don't mean to be rude, though I'm in a bit of a rush.
Well, don't you have your hands full, hun? I'll let you go. But there's one rule in my place, which is, nobody leaves here empty-handed. You got that? So take your pick. My treat.
Loved by the gods, up to 2 random boons of yours are upgraded to the next rarity. Underworld delicacy up to 4 random boons, gain +1 level. A rare boon, the next 3 boons you find have upgraded rarity.
You got it.
Thanks so much.
That seems like a great room. Oh sweet, here's a merchant.
See you.
Hopefully he's gonna let us buy healing. There's no healing here. That's sad. Do I want the power up? I can't get the boon. What do these gems do again? Are the gems the things they use for renovation? When I think of Hellblade, Hellblade was excellent. Easily one of the best storytelling games I've ever played.
That boon got better, huh? I will keep coming back, just like your stupid heads.
I will keep coming back just like your stupid heads. Impervious, right. Got it. Turns out being able to dash 5 times with spinning death is like pretty good.
to no more heads.
Hey, look at that. That was our first time beating that one.
Should fetch me something good back home.
We're low on life, we're not gonna make a try. The 5 dashes with these, really, this is a very, very silly combination. We get to heal again here. Maybe we should have saved our gold in the previous thing to buy more food. So back up to 51. So 10% when you enter a chamber.
Should be handy.
Yep. You could sell a boon for gold. That's true. I don't know. I kind of like all these boons. I guess this one's not super good. Yeah, I don't think I want to sell any of these. They all seem pretty good. I'm definitely not getting rid of either of these. This one seems good too. It'll be okay. We just gotta heal 30%.
Away from home. In the bag.
Alright, we're out of the area with lava, so that's nice. This is an upgrade. Take the hammer. The hammer's good, right? Always take the hammer. There's four areas, I believe. So we're through 2 of the bosses. Let's run.
Bright swords. That eyeball, is that him? It's regenerating.
Oh, the bombs come back in this area. Okay. Previous sections, they were just done afterwards. Enemies come back as ghosts that you need to kill a certain amount of times, or they come back. You have to kill the floaty black things, or they respawn. Yeah, we're halfway through the areas. A lot of the gameplay time in Hades is redoing runs with different boons and different weapons, but the actual content that you're going through and fighting through is the same through 4 runs.
My weapon's hidden talents.
This seems good, right?
Razor sharp.
What is this one? What does the potion mean? Oh, there's a trove. Thank you. Oh, nectar. Right. Oh, right. I have to fight things for this.
You lived through all that.
Well, that's better. Very nice.
Yeah, I want nectar. I have the boon. I have the boon that gives me extra stuff from nectar, right?
Chariot.
Yeah, the blade riff with +3 dashes is making this run not bad.
Sweet.
This is a power-up, right?
Flame wheels.
Alright, so the things shooting arrows aren't things I can attack. They're just traps. They're traps. Okay.
Gods grant me strength.
Dash attacks don't heal me, I'm aware. I'm aware. I actually probably don't need the heal, and I don't have that much money, so I think we go this way.
You come from the bowels of hell. This is not your place.
Agreed on both counts. Just passing through, so if you'll excuse me.
I will not. The champion of Elysium would never back down from such a contest. Neither will I.
Wait, you're not the champion of Elysium? You're the Bull of Minos. I can't imagine who's even stronger than you. Is it Heracles? Tell me it's Heracles.
I will not. You talk too much, short one. Come get destroyed. Another challenge.
Oh, that bull hits rather hard.
He does. He does. It hits rather hard is an apt summary.
Wow, I can't believe you took on the Minotaur. No way! No wonder you're back here. Everyone knows that he's unstoppable, especially me. Hey, next you run into him, could you get his autograph for me?
No.
Megara tells me that you surpassed her well out there. How utterly embarrassing for her, to say the least.
I suppose you're going to punish her in some cruel fashion then?
Oh, I've already seen to that, of course. You think she volunteered to deal with you? Nobody did. That's how ignoble a task it is.
That's strangely comforting to know. Not everybody knows exactly how to give you pets and live to tell of it, right, boy?
Your enemy is not the wretched dead, and not your father, lad. It is the underworld itself. It has been fashioned to prevent escape. You must have seen by now how all the chambers.
Yeah,
seem to be
Hades
arranged.
knows you're trying to escape and doesn't think you can. You want to give nectar to
The
Skelly.
underworld
Okay.
itself.
How do I turn on God mode? I'm gonna do that for the next one. It gives you 20% damage resistance. And I'm gonna toggle that on.
Nyx isn't around.
So it's not a completely free run, it just gives you a little bit more. It's just more armor. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I would like to play through the full story this morning. Try and do one full run. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're just saving these for Death Defiance. It gives you more resistance each time you die too, in case 20% is not enough.
Back, huh?
It's well done.
For you, mate. Thought you might get a kick out of this.
For me, pal? Awful nice of you, just awful nice. But guess what? I got this for you. Tit for tat, you understand?
Cheers, mate.
Lucky Tooth. Can I give him more nectar? No,
Hey,
not this
Skelly,
time.
you look like you know your way around Tartarus. Found some of this ancient Titan blood out there, and I was looking to score some more.
Ah, you come to the right place regarding that there, pal. It's your mean weapons back there that can find this stuff. Once you get all the way through Tartarus with one, that's all the blood you're gonna get. For the time being, anyhow.
How am I supposed to keep track of which weapons?
One
I own
nectar
these
per
with, then?
visit. Okay.
I don't know, there's always the invention of writing stuff down. You'll figure something out.
Did he give me something
A
for
new
here?
addition to the old collection.
Lucky Tooth, automatically restore 50 life once per escape attempt. Oh, that seems pretty good. So this gives me an extra I can die. Is that better than being plus 50 though? I can flip it after ending a level. That's a good point. I don't have enough keys for this yet, right? I only have 4. I need 8.
Should take my spear.
You be careful with that one, boyo. Felt nothing there, sorry.
It's time, Baratha.
I'm gonna do the spear. The spear was the one that felt the best, I think.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Let's see if that's the case again.
Know that I admire your Lord Father very much, for his grim work lets me continue mine. I trust that one day you shall settle your dispute.
This game looks fun. It's a good hack and slash game. Doom is like a delayed damage. Your cast hurdles a blade rift ahead.
I will keep fighting.
Jeff's gonna make me buy a Switch. This is on PC too. Just as a FYI. You can get this on Steam. I am currently playing from my Switch, but it's also available on Steam. I mean, to be fair, if the Switch is capable of running it, it's probably not that graphics intensive on PC. The Switch is not a powerful piece of hardware. I'd check the Steam page, see what the actual system requirements are, but I can't imagine it's that much.
More coming. Good enough to eat. Witches.
I'm liking Hades so far. The story is really good. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the hack and slash gameplay, though.
I'll hang on to these.
The characters are well written and it's all voice acted, though, which is great. The animation style is pleasant. The combat is very button mashy, though. And the game is mostly combat. A lot of the actual content in the game comes from the variety of different attacks and stuff that you have available to you. I only have 45 gold, so going to the merchant doesn't make sense. There's a chest. Oh, there was a purple... Yeah, there's a purple thing in here, right?
Let's see here.
I'm not that hurt. It's definitely not the only way to play it. Well, can you explain to me what I'm doing wrong instead of just telling me I'm wrong? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how into I am to I don't know how into I am the roguelite in general experience where you're like doing the same run over and over again. The content it feels pretty samey. I know this one's been popular with a lot of folks, but I don't know. The more I kind of play it, the less I'm sure I feel like I'm into it. Like, I don't think this is something, like, I know people have sunk, like, hundreds of hours in. I don't think I could do that with this. The room variety's low. Yeah,
What do we have here? Sure.
It's like, for reference, I don't mean to be rude, but then insert rude opinion doesn't, like, you know. Sure, but, like, dodging enemy attack patterns is still pretty button mashy. Like, your execution when you go through them is your dodge into attacks into dodge into attacks. Like, I would believe you that my execution of mashing said buttons has been poor, because I am a boomer and I don't profess to have good reflexes, but
Time to break you to bits.
yeah, I played, there was another roguelite. I don't think it's fair to say that I dislike roguelites in general. I played a bit of, there's another roguelite that's still in early access called Dreamscaper.
Yeah, that thing.
And I think I preferred, so like, part of the reason why the game feels so button mashy to me is there's so many enemies in most of these rooms. You basically need to be dodging constantly, and that aspect is what really makes it feel kind of button mashy. Like, if you didn't watch me play Dreamscaper, that's another roguelite where the combat isn't, like, the rooms aren't flooded with enemies in those ones. And it's easier to maneuver around a little bit.
Why Lord Hades would have kept your mere existence.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, I'm not telling you that, like, if you enjoy Hades, you shouldn't enjoy this. I'm just saying, like, from my preference perspective, the, like, needing to dodge super constantly isn't something I'm super into. Like, I believe folks that are saying, like, there's strategy in the execution, and I'm definitely far from doing it optimally. But what I need to be doing to do it optimally, I don't know that it's something that I really clicks for me. Your dash deals damage where you end, inflicting weak. Foes are slain, inflicting weak. Deals damage where you end. That seems pretty good. You dash a lot.
Beautiful.
But mashing's the boomer way, so you're fine, yeah. Yeah, it's good to try things. And like I said, I'm enjoying the story, so hopefully I would like to play through the route, or play through the 4 rounds and see him get out. The voice acting is stellar, and the animation is really pleasant. So, I'm hoping with the little bit of damage reduction that God Mode adds, we can get through to the end today in another run or two. The writing is God tier. Yeah. There are 300,000 plus lines written for this game. That's impressive.
Hey, hey.
Hello, sir.
Should I give him nectar, or should I be saving it?
Hey, sir. Thought this might
Good
ease
choice
your
for
burden
nectar.
for a
Give it up
while.
to me.
Now hold a moment, Highness. I cannot accept something like this. Not without giving back a little something in return, that is.
Thanks for that, sir.
You know, Prince Ed, I'd not expected to run into you again, not after all this time.
Oh, something's just about always amiss back home, sir. Figured it couldn't hurt to check up on things in Tartarus a bit more frequently.
Well, I am grateful for it. I and the old boulder there, in turn. I'm used to going lengthy stretches on my own, but having visitors from time to time would do me well.
I think I want...
Good choice.
50, 51 darkness is like a lot.
Thanks for stopping by.
We're over halfway to getting the second revive on death.
More pests. Nice.
The next boon you find has upgraded rarity.
This ought to help for sure.
Chaos is worth the visit. Yeah, we did this once before.
Hit me.
I sensed a certain rumbling here within the bowels of the earth. It is as though it had ingested something that did not sit well. Perhaps the earth itself wishes to spit you up and
For the next 5 chambers, reward previews are hidden. Afterwards, you deal... Yeah, this seems good, right?
Should be worth it soon enough.
So we're slow for 3 rooms, and then we get a better dash strike after.
That's something. Better.
It's nice to get a free room when we've got a penalty for 3 rooms.
Hello, Meg.
Oh God, we have to fight Meg while we're slow. Uh-oh.
Just because Chaos is giving me the power to crush you doesn't mean they're getting involved with this, does it?
You don't know who or what you're dealing with. Ask Nyx about them for me sometime. Here, I'll give you a chance to ask her very soon.
Oh, we were not good at getting out of the circles there. Ah, spike traps. Oh.
No, you don't.
So when I do that and I use my Death Defy, is that the boon first or is it the item first? It doesn't use the tooth first. Okay, so that's a mistake then, right? Did I just use another one? Did I just use both now? Did it just use the boon as well?
I did it.
That was 2? Alright. So, that means I want to, now we can swap it out. Okay. Yeah, if the tooth's, that's what I was gonna say. If the tooth's not used first, it's probably a really bad starting item. So I should probably start on the spike collar and then swap it out for... And then swap it out for the other one once you're... Yeah, okay. So my boon... I used the wrong boon to start here.
Next floor.
Yeah, so starting on the tooth was wrong. That makes
Change
sense.
of scenery at least.
No, that's not true, Silence. I just barely needed it. So, like, if I would have been plus 50 life to start, and I would have had plus 25 on my first revive, I would have been fine against Meg. I only died to Meg because I didn't have the extra life. I would have had 75 extra life because you recover at half life.
The boon I got from Chaos has a new effect.
What does the exclamation point room mean again? What does that one do? Money. Yeah, you're getting Tooth and Death Defiance confused. Tooth is exactly 50, Death Defiance is 50%. Oh, it's a singing character. Okay. She was great.
Good to be back here.
From within a humble residence in Asphodel.
Yeah, the art design is really good. Good nuts.
Lord Eurydice, who once attempted to escape
the story is really well done and the animation is pleasant.
Much like Prince Zagreus.
You watch yourself, old
man. I'm also a big fan of games in general that have everything voice acted, and this has everything voice
You
acted.
look like you're in a rush, though there's always time for a quick snack, right? As you wish, Your Royal Majesty.
You can dash through that wall. Okay, that's neat.
Ooh, that's good.
Ah!
Take care, yeah?
Stupid fucking lava. Spin attack, you take 30% less damage. Your actions cannot be interrupted by taking damage. Yeah, none of these are great, right?
This should work.
Well, the range on that is certainly large. The increased range is accurate. I've already died twice on this run. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one, and if we die in here, we die in here, and we'll start the run again. Pick Aphrodite. Okay.
Why, thank you, love.
It seems unwise of you to thus dismiss my offering. Suffer then, a while by my hand.
Didn't have much choice. I angered him, I guess.
Yeah, like the special attack, for instance, like with the spear, I don't feel like I have time to even set that up ever. Like there's just so many. Like I said, like look at all the attacks that are flowing around on screen. Like, I'm sure if maybe I was a little bit quicker, I could dodge between them better, but
Crossed
been
the
attacked too
fingers
slow,
of
yeah.
me back there. Though you are fortunate I'm in a giving mood.
This isn't good.
I think we're gonna die, champ.
Enough of them.
Well, we made it out of the room. What's going on, family?
With Ares, are you saying? He's quite the chap. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. And now I'll give you this.
Oh, it's just it's right here.
Dad, I was thinking that your stream was missing a baby girl.
A baby girl. Hello, good morning, baby girl.
No, it isn't. The baby girl's not supposed to be here.
She is precious. Gain a nectar now. We're gonna do that one. Gives us 31 life.
Still alive.
Okay, stop. Leave her alone.
Oh, this gives extra health too? Alright, maybe there's a chance. We got 30 life. This is a health room.
Okay, let's go back.
Okay, there's a place we can probably buy healing from in here too if we make it out alive. If. Seems like a big if.
Look what I found.
Okay.
Should keep me going. Looks handy.
360 on that one. Just gonna spend all of our gold in case this run ends soon. Alright, merchant it is. Morning, Vin. Yeah, we're doing Runeterra tonight because their patch doesn't go live for like another hour or so. So I didn't want to play on the old patch this morning.
Much better.
Okay.
I can use this.
Yeah, like, it feels like getting through to the extra respawns. Like, could you imagine if I had a respawn at this point and could come back at 1:30? Like, there definitely feels like the first, I don't know, couple dozen runs are just like grinding to get extra souls.
Care to provide me any insight as to just what sort of hideous monstrosity awaits me over on the next infernal island, Charon mate? Not bad, huh?
It feels... Actually, I think I figured out what this is reminding me of and why I'm not a huge fan of this aspect of the gameplay. It feels like... This game feels like the old Super Nintendo N64 games where it's added hours of gameplay through just through sheer raw difficulty, right? Like, if you think about the amount of actual content that's in the game through the 4 areas that you run through,
Get it.
it's actually kind of low, right? In terms of the amount of types of enemies and stuff you fight through. And a lot of the time that you spend playing is in large part linked to the difficulty of the game that then eventually scales down. Some of the storytelling is found through defeat. Some amount of defeats feels necessary. I agree that some of the story is obviously doing through that.
There.
But I mean, like, so like some of it, when you talk about the difficulty, it isn't even like the Defy Death, I feel like, is a really good example of that's not just difficulty, you're just time gating me on how I'm able to make progress, right? Like if it was difficulty where the game got easier as I got better at the combat and mechanics, that would be one thing, but the Defy Deaths needing me to grind up all of the purple or whatever it's called to get that's just time gating me, and that's not actually making the game difficult, because the game's intended to be easier at higher levels. And like, there's some difficulty, like I got through this here without using a Defy Death in the first couple of times it took me, so like, I've gotten better at this combat. But the key to getting through the game isn't just strictly getting better at the combat, it's also time-gated by collecting the purple stuff. Yeah, it's time gating. Is an accurate descriptor.
No paradise awaits you, boy.
I mean, we were at 1 life at one point this run, and we thought we were dead, so now we're at 108 still, so that's nice.
Here then.
Have some crappy. Your attacks inflict doom. Yeah, so, like, I don't mind struggling to get through a story, but, like, when the struggle's the same over and over again, it becomes a little repetitive. So, like, Horizon Zero Dawn's a good example of a difference in that, right? Like, there's struggle as you master the combat in that game, but the combat and the areas that you go through and the types of mechs and stuff that you fight differ as you go. It's not just the same 2 levels of rooms. Yeah, God mode is definitely doing its job with the minus 20%. Hopefully with God mode we can get through the story, though. I would like to see the 3rd and 4th acts play out as we escape and see what happens.
That's what the outside world is like. Not a chance. My reward.
I think for many of us, dearest, it can come as a surprise to learn that love and war often go hand in hand. Opposite forces, yet this connects them, doesn't it? The fiercest
Podcast
passions of
game.
gods and
That's an
mortals.
interesting
Isn't
descriptor.
that right, Lord Ares?
My sponsor at Biden Harris. Now that's a freebie. Vote out fascists on November 3rd. Putting the Biden Harris banner on screen is my way of letting people know that we don't support fascism here.
Mortals are so bent on clinging to their lives that many of them would gladly kill for it. A surge of emotion which they feel. One passion is no different from another, Lady Aphrodite, dear.
When foes are slain, inflict weak to nearby enemies. Seems good. Is the duo boon ideal? Your doom effects continuously. What is my doom effect? Do I have a doom? Or is this add a doom?
Two blessings are better than one.
Oh, I have doom on attacks. I can look at that somewhere, right? Your attacks inflict doom. Okay. Okay, got it. Right. Yeah, that was one of our first boons, right?
Long spears.
Second rule. That was 5 seconds, right?
Merchant versus key. We have enough money to probably buy food if the merchant has food. I think we should probably do that. Well,
I'll take it.
better than nothing.
I'll destroy you.
The purple wells can give you a bonus that for a small amount of rooms causes enemies to drop food. So watching yesterday plays Hellblade made me remember that I stopped playing the game midway through to adult life stuff, but you made me want to finish it so badly I spent 5 hours slacking off today trying to finish it instead of being a reasonable adult. Yeah, Hellblade was really good. Both that and Psychonauts are ones that I would like to finish. Both of those had really good starts to their stories. If you're someone that enjoys storytelling through games, either play them yourself or check out my playthroughs on YouTube. Both of them have been fantastic. Man, the enemies in this area take forever to kill.
Surprise.
Repetitive cycles like this are kind of a rogue's bed and brother. The main idea is they lack permanent progression, means you do the same content different ways. However, many roguelikes include permanent progression to ease continued gameplay and make you feel stronger, but it definitely feels repetitive. Yeah. Like an accurate descriptor. Hey, Earth to Jordan. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Perfect resub time. Well, I've just finished a room. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate the 12 months of Prime support. Welcome back. You attack 3 times in a spread pattern. Triple jab seems good. It's like a mix between old-style arcade games and current age RPGs. I think that's a good... I think we're relating them back to old school arcade/Nintendo games that gated time play through difficulty mixed with modern day RPGs. I think that's a pretty accurate descriptor. I'm gonna keep focusing on these so we can try and hit 500 to get the extra respawn life. If we don't make it out on this run, we can hopefully make it out on the next one if we have to have 2 resets with the extra item.
I should go.
No, we've not made it to Act 4. This is the furthest we've made it into Act 3 so far. We toggled on God mode for this run, which reduces damage you take by 20%, so that's definitely doing the Lord's work. Oh, I forgot the chest. boss. Oh, we died to the Minotaur last time. That's the mini boss in this area, right? Our last run in this area died to the Minotaur.
All right. Gods grant me strength.
Reduce damage. Well, we can't do that one, chat. That one's not an option, unfortunately, on this run.
Great shields.
Need to, like, get behind these idiots to hit them?
The power of the gods.
I mean, we were at 1 on one point this run. Please be a merchant. Merchant. Alright, come on, merchant. I've got 350 gold. Give me a heal. Give me a heal, merchant.
Cheers.
Alright. Can't take it with you, chat.
Glad you're still in one piece. You know, one thing I'll say for Charon there, he doesn't talk too much. And since neither do you, I'm letting you have this.
Is this the boss? Chamber 30. This is 36, right? Alright, so we're probably gonna die, but at least we made it this far.
Oh, wow.
Beware, short one. Now you face a foe more terrible even than I. The only foe whom I've ever faced who bested me.
Hold, fiend! You'll walk not one more step toward the light of day, so long as I am here.
Theseus, no way. You two are legends. I'd be honored if we had a sporting contest here.
Ah, a naked attempt to sway me from my convictions. Defend yourself, you blackguard, and may the gods show you some mercy, for I shall not.
I have to fight both of them? How is that fair? I couldn't beat just the Minotaur. How am I supposed to beat both of them?
We shall prepare for you in the stands.
Why have a fair fight when you can win? Ah, Theseus is a Republican.
Return whence you came.
Theseus is exactly the type of guy you know that says alpha male. Yeah, basically. Wait, so if you fight the Minotaur earlier, do you still have to fight the Minotaur alongside Theseus in that fight? Yes? Alright.
Oh, I just knew that you'd be back soon as I heard you face the champion of Elysium himself. You know, I've heard that among mortals, it's an honor to be killed by somebody like Theseus. Keep it up and maybe you'll be famous too.
Hey, Vortal, thank you for the absurdly generous tier 3 resub. I appreciate the 13 months of that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Maybe.
You are not to aid him in these matters, Nyx. His foolishness is to be scorned and reprimanded, not indulged. Do we have...
We have an understanding, Hades, yes. He is your own son, after all, and therefore your responsibility. I, in turn, have my commitments to this realm and to this house. You have aided me in them, so I remain, as ever, in your debt.
It is not necessary to remind me. Surely all those who once defied my brothers and myself would much prefer a post within my house over eternity within the lowest depths of Tartarus. Not that the darkness there would trouble you.
I hate it when they fight.
Mom and Dad are fighting again, chat.
If I don't pet your other heads, don't bite my arm off. Deal?
How goes it? Your extended family, the Olympians. They wish to help you from this place, don't they? I just hope that their intentions are as pure as they appear. They don't get on well with your father.
Neither do I last time I checked. I'll take all the help I can get trying to break out of here.
I'm pleased to hear you say that. I've known too many far too proud to accept help, even when it was sorely needed. You just be careful, lad.
Should I keep giving my nectars to the skeleton? Is that a good line to give nectars to?
Hey, what's that you're drinking, Meg? Anything good?
Whatever it is, it's weak. Enough to be mistaken for your blood.
Nice. Well, I'll just leave you to it then.
Leave me alone.
Hey, Meg. Look, I know you're just doing your job out there, and anyway, found this, thought of you and all that, so here.
I'll see to it this contraband is put away at once. Now, take your finder's fee and go about your business.
Thanks.
We're so close to getting our next upgrade here.
Hello, Mira.
95 off. Say hi to Dusa. Did I miss one?
The lounging area within the House of Hades is a dismal place to be, in spite of its intended purpose to enliven the house's grim inhabitants.
This thing, the thing singing?
Oh, the prince himself. You want to talk to me? Me? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I just wanted to say the lounge looks wonderful, as good as new. Better. I hope it's not been too much trouble patching up.
I have to go to the rafters.
Thanks for all your hard.
Oh, the character rating in this game is great. We still only have 6 keys, so I still can't unlock the new thing.
Hey, tip boyo. You find any coinage while you're out there, you be sure to pawn it off to that old Chiron. Boatman guy, use it or lose it, pal. Use it or lose it.
Hey, John, thanks for upping your Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Thanks, mate. Note to
20 months
self,
is a long
always
time.
spend everything I earn instead of ever saving. You just protect me.
Dad that one, huh?
Another keepsake.
20% damage while 30% health or less. We're gonna keep the old spiked collar on, chat. Let's try the shield. What's up, oldest son?
Darkness, give me strength.
What?
This game's called Hades.
What Hades do?
He's like a demon.
Demon game.
A demon game. He's a little scary.
That shield of yours called Aegis. Why, in fact, it's mine from long ago, young man. I've no more need of it.
Your attack emits chain lightning. Your dash causes lightning bolts to strike nearby foes.
Shocking.
We're Captain America now.
That's what you get.
I think we have lightning.
Let's see how quickly I can slow you all. Short work. Mine now. Where to?
Ooh.
Going in.
Chaos. Chaos super early seems good.
The heart of the underworld.
You come to my domain, an all-seeing artifact that sprang from me after the dawn of time. It is considered a defensive instrument, I do believe. Though I suspect you have discovered, or soon shall discover, it is nothing of the sort.
Next 4 encounters, you attack, get hit for. Each attack you hit for is -5. Afterwards, boons have plus 12% chance. I kind of like this. The plus 48 health seems great. I think I want to keep collecting the souls, because I think we probably have time for this run and one more, and hopefully for our next run we'll get 2 extra lives.
Next.
Hey, Gamatoya, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. 429 chat, slow and steady. Spike Trap, my old friend. How it sucks to meet with you again. Hey, Exceed Gaming, thank you for the very generous tier 3 and for the third of a year at that. Good morning.
Ah, good old Father Zeus. He must have blessed you
Happy
with his
Wednesday.
lightning
Happy
bolts,
Brood
did
Terror
he?
release day. Looking forward to that
Always looking
tonight.
out for everyone.
Your special is 20%, is stronger, a 20% chance to deal a critical. Any damage you deal has a chance to be critical. 2% is kind of low. Your call fires a seeking arrow. Call is my spell, right? Oh, call's the extra thing we can build up, right? It's an ultimate. Got it. Right. It's been we haven't had one of those yet today. I'm gonna do the key because there are only a couple of keys. Maybe we can unlock the new weapon for the last run today. Yes, trains have creature. I remember that bit. Use it or lose it.
My Chaos Bone switched to a new effect.
Yeah, Chaos Boon gave us some life. You'll love to see it.
Dead.
Money, 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 money. Beep, beep, beep. Got a viewer count up there. Welcome to everybody just joining us this morning. We're dropping in. Hope you're having a wonderful Blur's day wherever you're at in the world. We're attempting to not die in Hades. Well, mostly unsuccessfully.
Anyone else? Olympus, I accept this message.
Your special causes lightning bolt. Your lightning effects make foes jolted. Then comes next attack, self-inflicts lightning damage. That's pretty good. We have our dashes doing lightning damage. I think the special is great. Have you completed a run yet? We've not, Burning Piggy. We got to yeah, I kind of like jolted based on the dash one that we have. We got to the third boss in the run before this one. We're like just barely at double-digit runs at this point. Locked. Oh, there's the well. I thought I remembered the seal was.
Crisp.
Oh, okay, got it. Ooh, and bonus health. I think I want bonus health more than I want the merchant, huh? Only have 163 gold. Speaking of bonus rooms like that, I should probably make a point to stop and visit the contractor next time we die. It's another one of those time-gated things, right? Where, like, the rooms you get from the contractor get better. You get better rooms when you play more through that, too. Which makes the runs a bit easier as you go. Jeff without glasses. Yeah, I actually, the glasses that I use aren't to help me see. They're actually just blue light filtering glasses. So, yeah. forgot to grab them this morning when I came down, but it's not too big of a deal. What's up?
I told him he could play in my profile, but now he has quest, so now I can't turn around because he got into like the on gym.
He's in a gym? Okay.
Because I wouldn't use my profile.
We'll just finish the battle. Okay, well then just lose. Okay, well let's just turn it off then. Well, if you don't save it, it'll just go back to where you were before he played.
No.
Yeah, it won't remember what he did. It'll be fine.
I'll take them.
I think we just keep stacking up life, huh? Oh, these rooms are really good, though. Alright, we'll go here. I think that's one of the few I would take over getting more life.
Prince said,
Hey, sir.
if I may be so bold, Your Highness, I was wondering, what brings you back around this way again? Same story as last time?
Look, I have to level with you, Sisyphus. I'm leaving the house. I've had quite enough. You understand, I'm sure. I'm going to the surface.
Oh, that is quite an undertaking, Prince. If it wasn't you yourself proposing it, I'd like to call it madness, truth be told. Though, you're just mad enough to pull it off. Well, hey, I hope you make it. Good fortune out there.
I think we collect darkness here, because we're almost, yeah, 70. Sick. Okay, so we're gonna get, so the next run we'll have 2 resets on.
Kieran's shop.
Hey, Key.
I'll pay for that. Delicious.
Extra jolt? I'm gonna take extra jolt damage, I think, because we're dashing a lot.
Got to say, you are a sight
Yeah,
for
Equinox.
sore eyes
When I
there,
stream
Kieran.
non-magic games in general,
Selling? Is that it?
my Rune Terror viewer count's like 60 to 70% of my Magic viewer count, and my variety game viewer count's probably like 30 to 50% depending on the game. I've also been doing a lot of evening streams, and like evening's a segment that I haven't streamed in consistently. Like, you know, for the better part of the last 3 years, I've streamed primarily during the day. I've also been, there's so many variables that go into it too, right? So like, I've also been streaming in shorter segments, so streaming in 2 3-hour segments means my average viewer count's gonna be lower than if I did 1 6-hour segment because of the way Twitch viewership works. But yeah, that's the metric that matters there from TDM. Like, I currently have 2,400 subscriber points, so like, at the end of the day, like, that's the metric that matters.
Brilliant.
This is Meg's room again then, right?
Oh, hello.
What are you doing, Zagreus? The underworld is sealed off. What you're attempting is impossible. You've seen what happens when you go too far.
This place can't stay sealed shut forever, Meg. In the meantime, I thought I'd get some practice in, you know?
I'm not your practice partner, fool.
early morning. I mean, like, I've always done early morning in general. Twitch is about consistency more than anything. Like, having longer streams and streaming consistently in the same time slots are the two things you can do to maximize your viewership the most. If that's a metric you care about. But like, again, unless you're like someone who's hitting like 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 viewers, like, if you're not getting close to like mid 4 digits with viewer count, you're not making significant ad revenue off viewers anyways, so it's kind of whatever. We can block a ranged attack. Actually, I need to use the shield more to block. That's not too bad though. So we got through her entire area without burning our bounce back. So that's nice. Another thing too that I don't
seems to be having difficulties.
It's difficult. One thing this game does that it's difficult for me to understand how the game works is I don't know if, like, I'm getting through these fights easier because I've gotten better at the combat, or I'm getting through them better because of the mix of boons that I have, or because of the upgrades that we've got that carry over between. Like, it feels hard to properly gauge why I'm making progress. And then part of it, too, is we turned on the I take 20% less damage for this run. Yeah. And it could definitely be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
So much for Tartarus.
Yeah, I turned on God mode. God mode makes you take 20% less damage. That's certainly helping.
Getting warmer.
Part of that is by design. Zagreus will have a conversation with Nyx about that exact issue. She'll reassure you your strength is your own. God mode scales with each death up to a max of 50%. Okay, so we're up to 22% then. We've had one death since we turned on God mode, if I recall correctly. I'm past 50% on God mode, 54% not sure where it's at. That's good.
Power of Olympus.
Thunder Dash. Do. I'm gonna keep upping Jolted. It seems real good. I don't know what's happening. Are we winning? Kinda. This is it's basically a very Diablo-esque roguelite, which if you're not sure what roguelite means, it means you kind of play through the same levels again and again and again with different modifiers. God mode stops at 80%. Okay, there you go.
Drakens.
But gosh, like even that's pretty time gated, right? So like gosh, to go from 20 to 80%, that's 40 runs. So like even if you toggle God mode on from the start, you're getting through 40 runs before you get to the maximum amount of health from it. If it's 2% per death. Alright, sweet. We have enough keys to unlock the new weapon as well. $30 times 2. Yeah, you're right. 30 runs. Math is hard. We made it to Meridian in Horizon Zero Dawn on Saturday, Wargeek. We're gonna do more of that again this Saturday. Is Dark Souls, I've heard that name before, is Dark Souls a roguelite as well? Or is that just an action game? Well, the next rooms aren't open. We gotta get the upgrade. Where did it go? There it is. Dark Souls is a misery simulator. It's an action game, not a roguelite. Okay. While you dash, your special is faster. Dark Souls is designed to be extremely hard. So it's a game that, like, gates progression.
Let's see how this goes.
That's neat. It's a matter of patience. It's not strictly a bad thing, then.
Must be Eurydice.
Yeah, a lot of people have been raving about Genshin Impact. I don't know. After playing Raid, I don't think I would get into another gacha game.
What's it gonna be?
That whole model feels kind of toxic. Four random boons. Great rarity.
You bet.
Why, thank you. See you again.
Okay, bye.
Genshin is mostly anime Breath of the Wild with gacha elements. You can be largely ignored if you want to. I mean, you can always ignore the gacha elements of gacha games if you want to. So, like, okay, I guess my big question is, most gacha games gate the amount of time you can spend playing them behind some kind of energy mechanic. Does Genshin do that? Or can you play as much as you want without putting money in?
Her name.
It comforts me to see how far you've come, cousin, and I am confident that you shall make your way eventually. I shall look forward to our conversations then.
Your special is stronger and can deflect after you take damage. After you take damage, damage foes around you and briefly deflect to resist damage from traps. That seems okay. Holy Shield?
Appreciate the backup.
Look at that, chat. We dashed back out of the lava. Progress.
It's dark, all right.
I would love to heal. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the anime style artwork in the games like that too, which is a tough part for me to get over. That's one of the reasons why Raid is the gacha game that I play instead of a lot of others. A lot of the gacha games that exist on mobile are very anime skinned. I just have a hard time getting into it. Oh, I missed a Yaya. Oops. Hey, Roller Dude. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Cheers, mate. Boosted a boon. Get back in the magma and no one gets hurt.
Yeah, it's specifically like the anime style stuff that doesn't really click well for me with games. Like, Hades is kind of cartoony and artwork, but I like the direction of it. But it's not, I don't think I'd describe Hades' animation style as anime, even if it is a little cartoony in general. I haven't actually looked at Genshin Impact. Is a lot of it, is it an anime titties game? that's the other problem with a lot of those anime games, is they basically turn into, they're basically like, borderline, not family friendly. How close is it to like Force of Will? In terms of that game, what that card game looked like. This fight's definitely harder than the last time when we got through it. Our kit's not quite as good for here. Well, our call was fully charged up, so that helped. Oh, we're so close, Chad. We're so close. Ah, come on! Come on! Damn it! We were so close! We ended at 87-2. Man.
It's beautiful.
Alright, so that means we want to switch to, so since we used our 1 health restore, we want to, we've beaten that one before. It's not really progress. With the shield, why do the different weapons matter? Can someone explain that to me?
Should help.
You got diamond. What does the diamond do?
Damn it, can't get that.
Diamonds are progression items. Okay.
Onward. Check. Everything's so green.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take another long open world style game playthrough until we finish either Breath of the Wild or Horizon Zero Dawn, which could be a little bit. We've been doing those on Saturday and Sunday, and I've been enjoying them, so I don't really want to add another longer RPG style game into the mix. The Hades story is very good, Mari. I don't know that I'm a fan of the roguelike progression in general, but we're playing on God mode to hopefully get to finish a run today at least. No Dark Souls till then. Is Dark Souls an open world game? I thought someone said it was an action RPG. I guess it can be open world and action RPG. Dark Souls is semi-linear. Define open world. Lots of side quests and you're not pushed down a particular path. While calling it a Zelda game, so like, do you mean like Breath of the Wild in the open world sense where you can explore wherever you want? Or like traditional N64 Zelda where you're pushed down a specific path?
Whatever, let's try it.
You dare?
When people are asking me to define open world RPG, Skyrim. Skyrim and Breath of the Wild are open world RPGs.
Enough, I've better things to do.
Finally. Earned my keep.
Souls-like has become a genre for a reason. Yeah, okay. Yeah, new Runeterra card should go live at some point in the next hour, I believe. I'll be signing off in an hour, though, obviously. So, my evening stream tonight will be Runeterra with the new cards. Planning to do at least 2 decks this evening, and then I'll be back to doing Runeterra in the mornings and variety in the evening starting tomorrow. Anyone have a Dragon Shavana list? I will have something in the deck queue soon-ish.
Here's the fee.
After I help the kids with their school stuff for the day. Yeah, French fries do the world. Yep. I think we just keep upping the static discharge. Hey, C-Lab, thanks for the 20 months of Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Deagle in a can. Checking in for the 11th month. Welcome back. Good morning. Does this mean mini boss? There's the angry skull face means boss, right? So is this the Minotaur? Let's try him again.
You have met the champion, the king. Let us see if you are fit to face him once again.
You mean...
Life.
Well, we're not killing him quickly, but... Jeff is learning to cower behind his shield, basically ready for Dark Souls. I don't know, like the combat here isn't particularly compelling, right? Like I could sit here and dodge and do small amounts of damage, but it's kind of tedious, right? It doesn't feel interesting. I don't think I'm a fan of the shield in general. And like, and if I'm not sitting here just blocking forever, I'm just dying. And I don't know. Let's try and get our second Defy Death and see if we could do. We'll do one more run.
got the horns. Wonder what jobs the house contractor has available.
We did unlock the new weapon. Oh yeah, we can go to the contractor. Fountain chamber. Restore health amid the searing heat, please.
House contractor, my good shade, have yet another job for your distinguished team.
I cannot concentrate with you about.
Since Father's not paying us any heed, what say we go with this assignment, contractor? Nix, do you know anything about a softly spoken gentle being under the guise of chaos? They approached me recently and offered me a boon of sorts.
Primordial chaos. Indeed, I know them well. They must have taken interest in your quest. I would advise that you beware their offerings, though know that chaos, whilst a trickster, is not a deceiver.
I understand, I think.
That's quite the distinction. All right, how much is the third one? 1,000, sure.
Nix's strength.
That's an absurd gate.
This one. Malphon Twin Fists. Let's say we crack some skulls.
Whoa, those are some paws. One piece.
New one there.
Start with the spike collar, since we have 2 resets to start. All right, let's do it. One more run.
Sulk in your chambers all you like, for I care not. I have eternity to finish with this work, so your assistance is entirely unneeded.
What's a new Olympian to get boons from?
You don't need me and I don't need you.
Or is that Hades?
As soon as you get up to Olympus, man, it's gonna be a feast like you have never seen. You mark my words. Now take this and good luck.
Your dash causes hangover near where you started. Oh, that's epic. That's probably better, right? Take the higher level boon. Oh, right, because these attack really quickly. So applying a status condition that stacks with the quick attack is good.
Colorful.
Still, 5 stacks is a lot. Oh, spike trap, my old friend.
I'll take it.
I'm into the fisticuffs. The fisticuffs seem sweet. Back to farming 1,000 of these. Yeah, hangover is basically poison. 5 stacks of 60 DPS. Yeah. Alright, getting a health up right away seems great.
I feel stronger. Miss a couple coins.
1% of the darkness needed, right? Mini boss merchant. I have 266 gold. Let's hit the merchant.
Here's the fee.
I don't really need to heal. Oh, I'm at 100? Sorry, I picked up 10. I thought we picked up 10.
You'll be back, won't you?
You've stood against the bull of Minos, have you? Well, I must apologize for any inconvenience there, because he was a living testament to my revenge.
Deflect dash is the best boot in this game. That's been my experience as well. How do we feel about Poseidon's call? We like Poseidon's aid? The title dash seems good. Do we like, is this better than the dash? The dash will ruin your dash attacks. I mean, I don't know that I dash attack. Yeah, I don't like, we had this one before and I didn't really love it. There's so many colors when we're attacking, chat. Look at our purple and our water. You don't want knockback with the fist? I don't know, that seems fine. I think y'all are underestimating the range on the fist. Fist of these have a okay amount of range on them. This game is beautiful. The animations are very good. It's super flashy. The animation style is definitely something I enjoy. Oh, did I miss a chaos room? That's sad. I didn't see it. Usually we dive in all the chaos rooms. Chat, water dash, and punches are fine. I just I like to dash a lot, so having my dash do something when we do it feels good. So that way when we're dodging, we're still putting some amount of damage on things. If you watch the way I tend to fight, there's value in my dashes dealing damage.
Delicious.
Let's upgrade hangover damage. And I think I have 220 gold, but I think I'd rather up my health at this point.
That's a relief.
Alright, Meg. Fisticuffs, Meg. Fisticuffs. It's a knockback that's kind of awkward. It's really not. The range on the fist is fine. Wait, what? What happened to Meg?
Hey, you must be one of Meg's sisters. Nice to finally meet you. My name is Zagreus. Not murderer. Definitely not.
Hey, Jack Fury. Thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Look, I've done some things that maybe aren't great, but I am very, very sure I haven't murdered anyone.
Oh, yeah, watch her melt!
What is she?
Well, that was really easy.
That's one way to be reminiscent.
This run, I agree. This run is looking potent.
My weapon shuddered at the touch of it.
That was, I don't think it was the difference between Meg and that character. I think our gloves with the poison on them was the combination we're getting to enjoy there.
What do I get?
Always take Price of Midas. What is 67? 67 what? Oh, it's 67 gold? It's free, it's not free, chat, okay? I'm trying to finish a run here. I would like to try and finish this run. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get this run all the way through.
Heading up.
Do I have any thoughts on the October state of the game? I skimmed the Magic October state of the game, and it really didn't have content in it, right? Like, if you don't count new Magic sets as features, Magic Arena hasn't had new features in a really long time. I saw Noxious Beam tweet about it, and that's basically what Noxious was saying, right? Like, sure, they're releasing Kaladesh remastered, but, like, we still, like... Are we counting emotes as content? Nah, I guess, no, I don't think so.
Burnflingers.
Meanwhile, Runeterra is introducing spectator mode and in-client tournament support. So that's exciting. And they're dropping a new card set. They release new card sets and do stuff.
Want to bring you in on something, boss. The reason that Uncle Poseidon got to you before I did is I let him. He's under the impression he's as spry as ever.
Runeterra hoots when we have the ability to run third client tournaments, third-party tournaments, Ruthin. It's never not more dashes, right? It's always more dashes. It isn't +3 dashes like we had that one time, but plus one's a start. Hey, thanks for the 14 months, Curran. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Steady now.
I don't know. It's just like... It honestly, and this is part of why I'm taking a break from Magic for this month, thinking about Arena and what it is now and what it could have been if they had put more resources into it, it just kind of makes me sad. Like, it feels like they just, like, you know, they spewed a huge opportunity to do something great for the game. And then, when you combine that with the fact that the actual formats have been real mediocre, it just, like, it's tough to get excited about playing it. And games are supposed to be fun. I play games for fun, chat. You know when the Runeterra patch goes live? Usually a half hour from now. Which, this is going to be my last run on this morning, so... And then I'm going to be signing off, and I'll be back this evening about 7.5 hours from now with the new Runeterra set. And if you're someone that can only watch in the morning due to time zones, the Runeterra stuff will go up on YouTube as always. We're gonna play some dragons and some Peak tonight. Yeah, I agree, Niv. And that's the thing, right? Like, I think the people that are expecting Magic to change or become better or different than what it is right now are kidding themselves, because Magic's super profitable right now, so there's not a meaningful reason for them to invest resources or change what they're doing. Shark and Bake, LaShawn, now with an all-new name. Sounds good, Shark and Bake. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year, welcome back. I think I'm Merchant, I wouldn't mind healing. Yeah, and I mean, like, the pot-committed nature is a big part of what I think has kept a lot of people playing Arena. Like, that fear of missing out if it gets better.
Cheers, mate.
And you just gotta talk yourself into, okay, just rip the Band-Aid off and pull it off.
I knew that foul boatman would come through, and you would find amongst his wares this gift.
process of porting Arena to mobile. You think Arena's still coming to mobile? Do I want to replace Title Dash with Blade Dash? You would have to spend hundreds of dollars on PAX Grid. Do I just want Battle Rage? After slaying a foe, your next attack or special deals more damage. Yeah, the title's been good. Yeah, Battle Rage seems great.
The War God's power. Hey, Charon, I'm in Asphodel now, aren't I? I'd always heard this was some flower-covered meadow-type place, not such a terrifying hellscape.
Yeah, I agree, Obvious Cloud, but, like, part of me, like, it feels bad to have to manage your own formats, in my opinion, and I'd much rather just play a card game where... the people who make the game manage the format. I don't know, if Runeterra didn't exist, I'd probably make do with Magic, but knowing that there's an alternative out there, it makes it harder to justify. Runeterra just does so much right. Oh, I fully believe that there will be a version of Arena that you can install on your cell phone at some point. Will it run well, and will it not melt your phone? Will be different questions though. Yeah, this is our first run with the gloves, and they've been absurd. We've got some drunk gloves here, putting hangovers on people. It's been fantastic. We have two respawns now, and we haven't used either of them so far. Razor shoals are good. Is Hades the final boss, by the way, in the 4th level? Yes. Right. That's a secret.
Keep them coming.
Nobody knows. Game's called Hades. Wonder what the final boss is. Yeah, I asked that because I wanted an answer.
Gods grant me strength.
Yeah, I think we just keep upgrading Drunken Strike, right?
Palmed up.
The dash has been good, but I don't know. The Drunken Strike seems absurd for beating the bosses. Because they all stack up. I think I want plus health here. We're at a pretty high health total, so I want to increase my maximum. Yeah, both seem to be giving us lots of damage. I think that's accurate.
Centaur strength.
Alright, let's melt us a Hydra.
Bone Hydra, you look different.
Get drunk!
Oh, that's not good.
Alright, this is it. This is it, chat. This is the run. We're gonna do it. We're gonna beat Thaddeus.
Any more heads you'd like chopped off? No?
It's going to be lovely. Our run's been very good here, and we put the game on damage reduction mode so we could try and get through. So we have a little bit of help.
I'll take that.
You felt like you did more damage to yourself with the lava than the boss did. You probably accurate.
Onward then. And check.
I feel like you could be confident in saying that the build that we have is busted because I'm doing well with it. Good morning, wife.
Champions of Elysium, I've returned.
What's wrong?
There's a lot of children.
There's a lot of children. We do in fact have a lot of children. How are classes going this morning?
That would fully rearm.
Take over in a little bit. You voted out the fascists. God bless Codenberg. Remember, chat, only you can stop fascism in America this fall.
It's just the edge I need.
Your dash upper deals 100% damage in an area. Your special becomes a flying kick that deals 40% base damage twice. I feel like I'm probably doing this on occasion, right?
There, that's it.
I don't think you could get away with saying that in a fascist country. So, fascism isn't a switch that just gets flipped and suddenly you go from a free, reasonable democracy to Nazi Germany. It is a slow, gradual process that happens over years through the eroding of important norms and rules and laws that slowly get ignored. And if you open your eyes and realize what's been happening over the course of the last 4 years, you will note that there are a number of parallels to the slow, gradual slide that produced fascism in a country like what happened in Germany. It is a slow burn. It is not something that just suddenly you wake up and go, oh no, we're there now. And much like a frog in a pot of boiling water, if you're not paying attention, it just happens slowly. And you wake up and you go, oh, this has been happening for a while now. Learn from history. Do not repeat it. It is exactly true.
What now?
Always the hammer, right?
Like that.
Yeah, the dash pushes are really good against the chariots. The dash pushes in general, after we stick some poison on them, is great. You, like, stick some poison on them and push them away. Yeah, definitely, Wargy. I also scaled back how I engage with Twitter, which definitely helps. Whenever your special slays foes, I'm not really using my special, right? I want cross, right? Okay.
Done and done.
God bless. Oh, that sucks. I can't get the heart and the food. I think I want the heart, right? Because I still have 2 revives, and the heart means my revives revive me for more.
Thank you, mate.
I can find healing more readily. Hey, good morning, Singular Tree. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Hope you're staying safe out there. Poseidon, yes. Oh crap, this is the mentor again.
Fight with me barehanded this time, short one. I'm not ashamed to say the champion himself defeated me in such a manner back when we drew breath.
Wouldn't say the twin fists of Malphon count as empty-handed, sir, though it surprises me to hear you could be beaten in such a way.
I was hungry and unprepared, inexperienced. No longer. Come. Prepare yourself.
So I basically want to get some stacks on him and then run away, I think.
Short one. The champion of Elysium awaits. Until such time.
This is on Switch too, right? Yeah, I'm currently playing on Switch, Forky. I've got my capture card set up.
In the name of Hades.
I'm not really using my special, right? Maybe even the Bone Guy Nectar. We gave him 1 Nectar. Focusing on the Mentor before killing Thaddeus. Okay. Okay, I think that one seems good.
I hear something.
Death approaches.
How are the frame rates on the Switch? I have no idea.
Thought you could just get away from me, did you?
Thanatos. I figured it was only a matter of time before Father sent you after me to do his dirty work.
Zagreus, is that really why you think I'm here? Let's see how many of these exalted champions you can send back to their dooms. Unless you'd rather I would send you back to yours.
Here come your father's forces.
Come.
Rest in peace. Counterproductive, Zag. Situation is under control.
Does the Switch have achievements like Steam? I have no idea.
Power of Olympus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just keep upgrading Hangover. Like, the dash is okay, but the Hangover on the bosses especially seems nuts.
Got more of them than I did, huh?
You think I want the dash here? Really? The Drunken Strike seems key to melting the bosses. Yeah, I'm gonna keep maxing Hangover.
Not yet.
You left without so much as telling me goodbye. I suppose you knew I'd catch up with you sooner or later. Is that it? No escaping death and all.
I left when it was necessary, Than. I thought of you and hoped you'd understand.
That's more motivation than I've ever heard from you. Well, if you won't say it, I'll say it. Goodbye, Zagreus.
If I'm trying to finish the run, I probably don't want to do the treasure chest. That's 50 diamonds. I feel like I don't want to lose health. Like the 50 shade or whatever it's called is good, but I kind of just want to try and finish this run.
More bright swords?
Yeah, like this doesn't feel like a resource farming run. It feels like we might actually beat it.
You're gone.
I only have 68 gold, so I guess we're going this way.
Good for the health. Gentlemen.
So, the Fiend returns to challenge us again, Asterius, despite having experienced such a thorough thrashing by us last time.
You know full well that wasn't a fair fight. Face me yourself and we'll see how you fare.
Silence, you monster! I'll hear no more such wicked lies, half-truths, or quarter-truths. You, however, soon shall hear my blessed spear. Specifically, the sound it makes whilst sliding into your exposed midsection.
This dude's such a Chad.
Hold, you monster!
Almost got the Mentor down. This is it, chat. We're going all the way. Stream's gonna have to run a little bit late, but that'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Oh, I can't seem to open it. I'll take the service.
Yeah, we still have a res. Yeah, it's our first time we beat him, and we still have one. We still have one res left.
What would you know of it? Bad time to be a little short of coin.
I've been loving playing this game. Happy to see it on stream. My favorite weapon is the bow. Went up to 2 on my 3rd run. Definitely ran hot. Here's a meme. Thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back, Beacon. If you grab Skelly Tooth, you get another one. And this is the last time I have to change it out, right? Replenish 1 use of Death Defiance. Wow, that's really good. I could sell Rupture to get that back. Is that good? Is it worth giving up Rupture? To get an extra life? It's borderline, right? It's like 160 life. Are you gonna die again? Yeah, the Rupture is a lot of damage. Do I swap Spiked Collar for Lucky Tooth here?
Might help.
I have a good bit of life anyways. Almost always switch to Lucky Tooth for Zone 4. Okay.
Thank you. Ground floor. Oh no, not this.
The multi-headed Cerberus stands vigilant before the underworld's entryway. The tales of what happens to those foolish enough to attempt to pass are far too graphic to describe.
Are we gonna have to fight the good boy, chat?
So it's really come to this, boy. After everything we've been through. Well then, this is how it has to be. There's nothing left to say. Except for, on your guard. No, but seriously, boy. I know why you're here. There has to be a way to make you look the other way. What if I help you with the satyr problem? Would you let me go? Please. I have to find Mother. You know what this means to me.
After a moment's hesitation and deliberation, the voracious hound of hell barks once, affirmatively toward the prince, who sets off in search of something that can sate the monster's appetites.
Good. Now I just need to head off the beaten path here and see what I can find. Lots on offer here.
Well, we don't have any money, chat.
Maybe this way. That's the most gigantic vermin I've ever seen. Poisoned. Oh, you. Ugh, those things. Feeling tough.
The yellow fountains cure poison. That's stupid.
This can get me out of here. Got to find something for Cerberus.
That's another one of those things where it feels real, like, the gating on that where, like, the punishment for not knowing you have to go to the fountain is tough, right? Because, like, alright, you learn you have to go to the fountain, but if you don't know that, you have to, like, start your run over again.
Why did these vermin carry coin? isn't at the moment, thanks.
Runs are not very long. I don't know. An hour is a pretty long time. It's also sad, like, it's also a pretty big feel bad where, like, if you
will love it.
if you like have a run where you have a build you really like and then you die and you lose that build because you didn't understand a mechanic that wasn't taught to you, is also a feel bad. Yeah, looks like an aid to take for sure. What am I missing? Where's the door?
Bit of an aftertaste.
Oh, it heals me. Nice.
Oh, Cerberus. Want something to eat, boy? Huh? I'll pay for that. All right, boy, I got your favorite treat. But you have to promise to let me pass if I hand it over, okay?
Terrifying Cerberus accepts the fetid sack and scans the darkened hall for where best to consume the stomach-turning contents.
I owe you one, boy. I did it.
It's so bright, chat.
Wow. Oh, of course.
I never grew accustomed to the air up here. It gusts senselessly whichever way it pleases. I suppose you must prefer it to the stillness of the air below.
You know, you're right. The air up here seems pretty good so far. But I will reserve judgment till I've had my fill. I have to say, though, Father, the Helm of Darkness suits you. I'm touched you dust it off on my account.
It should not have had to come to this. For all your antics with me yet around the house, I always kept my temper, have I not? Unlike you.
Well, let's see. You've berated me repeatedly and often. You've lied to me, mustered your wretched forces to kill me over and over, but sure, I'll grant you that you've always kept most of your anger bottled up. All that's about to change, then.
We're gods, boy. Killing one another is our lot. Although I always thought I was above it. I told you that you cannot leave this place. It seems I must enforce my rules myself. I'm sending you home. Now.
No, you're going home, not me.
I suppose that you must hate the very sight of me. You'll understand then why I wear the Helm of Darkness. Against me like this, boy.
I do.
What you desire is impossible.
We'll see.
We certainly shall. Beware, boy. Darkness. I'll slay you once her shield falls.
too. Got you.
To have been brought this low by my own ungrateful child. I would expect such treatment from my brothers, but from you...
Are you kidding me?
This.
Well, I thought we were gonna get out of it, but... Damage resistance, 26%. Okay.
Damn you, Father.
This game is hard. I don't know if I agree with that.
That's the worst idea I think I've ever heard.
So like, again, like, and this is the, I don't think I'm gonna include Hades on.
Get back to work.
I don't think I'm gonna include Hades on the sub-survey this week again. And like, the actual gameplay is fine, but like I just like, I don't enjoy the time-gated aspect of it. Like, if, and here's why, right? Like, I would have beat that run if I simply had Death Defiance level 3. Like, we would have finished that. So, like, the difference between me finishing that run and not finishing the run is simply me having done 40 more runs or whatever it takes to collect 1,000. And I'm not a huge fan of the repetition. I mean, we played on God mode there. Like, we have 26% resistance or whatever. And, like, the story's fine, but, like, I don't like my games to feel like a chore, and like it feels like I need to do chores to collect the upgrades here before I can play like the actual game. And like, I know lots of RPGs have, I guess I'm just not a huge fan of the roguelite theme in general, right? Yeah, it's just the genre. Yeah, it's the same way, like, this isn't unique to Hades, right? Like, that's the genre of the game. Like, I like role-playing games where your characters get stronger over time, but most role-playing games, like, again, to point back to things like Skyrim or Horizon Zero Dawn, those games, the content is different as you get stronger, right? Yeah, they're about repetition. Yeah, and like, the loop is fine. Like, I liked playing with the different weapons, but I don't know that I really want to sit there and hammer on the same weapons over and over again. Yeah, it's kind of like playing hardcore on Diablo is a good comparison. I think that's a really, really apt comparison. That was something I never really got into. I mean, like I said, I think the animation style in this game is great. I love that it's voice acted. I think the story and it looks good. But yeah, the fact that like the amount of actual unique content, if you're not enjoying doing the different builds, and I feel like the different builds and different weapons don't really give me quite enough variation to make the runs feel like meaningfully different content. And I know that that's just like a roguelite thing, but that's definitely like my takeaway from playing this. So like, I enjoyed, you know, we've played 6 or 7 hours of it now, and like, it was fun, but I don't really feel like, I feel like the amount of enjoyment is gonna like slide downhill as we like even through those, like, the third and fourth section were more interesting than like the first two, which I've run through a couple of times now. So like the diminishing returns kind of hit there. At any rate, I will be back this evening. We're going to be doing some Runeterra tonight. If you're someone that's into mostly my variety stuff, we're going to be starting a different game called Undertale tomorrow night. Friday night, we're going to be returning to Baldur's Gate. I mentioned Horizon Zero Dawn. We're going to be revisiting that on Saturday. If you're one of my wonderful subscribers, I'm going to send out a poll on Thursday night or Friday morning, asking folks which games they'd like to see come back for next week, as well as sending out my generic sub poll to get a feel for how people like the variety in Runeterra versus Magic stuff. Thanks for the 18 months, Derp Face. I appreciate it. I'm off for the morning. I'll be back in about 7 hours with some new Runeterra stuff with their new set. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Everybody stay safe out there wherever you're at in the world.